We all have that coworker. Wears khakis and a button down. Works 9 to 5. Nice enough guy, but totally anonymous. Maybe even has a nickname since his real one usually escapes you. At Autoblog, we called him Hervie. Hervie was our 2016 Honda HR-V EX AWD. He lived a quiet life in our long-term fleet for the last year and recently left the firm. He was hard-working, put in his time, and, what did he do again? The HR-V is one of the least memorable vehicles we've tested of late. Yes, we acknowledge it's a subcompact crossover and those aren't a sexy lot. But like the employee who spends half his week on expense reports, the HR-V just didn't stand out. Competitors like the Mazda CX-3, Kia Soul, and Fiat 500X have nicer styling or drive better and have made deeper impressions on the staff. The lack of charm is a surprise to me, given how strong the rest of Honda's lineup is right now, Editor-in-Chief Mike Austin said. Executive producer Adam Morth echoed that. I generally like Honda products, he said. They make volume vehicles, but add just a little excitement and personality that often elevates their offerings within their respective segments. I'm thinking Fit, Civic, and now Ridgeline. Not so with the HR-V. To be clear, no one was offended by the HR-V, because that would require actual passion. The looks? Cute. It has the hatch thing going on and there are stylish touches like hidden rear door handles and LED brake lights. Character lines strafe the sides and the hood is purposefully creased, adding definition. Those niceties didn't stop the HR-V from all but disappearing in parking lots. I had a harder time remembering the color of this car than any of our previous long-termers, said Morth, who suggested the HR-V actually looked better in pictures than in real life. Same story with the powertrain. The 1.8-liter four-cylinder, rated at 141 horsepower and 127 pound-feet, is fine in most situations and great for highway cruising. Merging onto those highways is more of a chore, often requiring a foot to the floor to generate the necessary motivation. The continuously variable transmission is fine. Slightly better than many of them, but still a CVT. It's the only option for all-wheel drive models like the one we chose. Believe it or not, a 6-speed manual is actually available on front-wheel drive HR Versus, just as it is in the related Fit. I felt like it was just on the acceptable side of underpowered, executive editor David Gluckman said. The CVT did a good job of not reminding me it was a CVT. I mostly didn't notice the transmission at all, which I guess is the point for the average consumer. I occasionally popped it into sport mode when I knew I was going to need to execute some kind of passing maneuver, and actually remembered to do so. A middling four-cylinder and a CVT are great for one thing: fuel economy. We observed performance roughly in line with its EPA ratings of 27 miles per gallon city and 32 highway, respectable figures for an all-wheel powered machine. The HR-V was a frequent choice for staffers who needed basic transportation for vacations or around town errands. This little cube has been everywhere, social media manager Aaron Marquez said. Nearly every